Hi, welcome back to 100 Days of Data. It's day 68. I am Francisca Mailiana, your lead tutor for this challenge. Today we are looking at principles of good data visuals, right? A bad chart confuses people, but a good chart actually clarifies instantly. Immediately you see the chart, you know what's going on, and you move. All right. I'm going to give you 5 key principles of having a good chart or choosing a good chart, okay, or having a good dashboard and reports drawn. The very first one is keep it simple, right? Every element in the I have my notes here, by the way. Every element in your chart should be simple to read. Do not overcomplicate things. Sometimes we know that we want to show off our designing skills and show off. It's like you do a dashboard and it's like you feel like it's too plain, but the thing is, as plain as it is it easy to read as well? If it is, leave it that way. Do not try to overcomplicate things by making it so beautiful. And you're going to choose some maybe area charts just because area chart is nice. And you yourself, you don't even know how to read area charts. Who else? You, the data analyst, you can't read the area chart. So can another person read the area charts? The person who is not really chat savvy, or your data is also not a data analyst. You data analyst, you can read area charts, and you've used area charts because you want to beautify your dashboard. That's understandable, but if you can't read it, what's next? So if they come and ask you now, that you'll be like da, 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 da. So please make it simple, keep it simple. The next thing is remove clutter, right? So remove clutter is remove the noise in your chart. So anytime I'm teaching my students, I'm like, you see sometimes you get your grade lines and all that. I'm like, would the grade line really make sense? Take it off. It's just like making too much noise. Sometimes you see a legend and it's quite easy for you to know what's going on, and the legend is taking space. You can just take it off, right? So always try to make your data simple, right? Make sure that it's easy. Like when we talk about the clutter, the noise, like the labels around here. If the labels are already on the chart, there's no need for it to be all over the place, right? So take those things off as well. All right, highlight key data. All right, so to highlight key data is more of like drawing your viewers attention to the major thing. So for example, um so maybe we highlight the so immediately someone sees this chart, they are going to focus on the deeper part, and the deeper part may be maybe sales for February, right? So they see it and they are seeing 10K. It's like, oh, sales that came in February is 10K. So immediately, people eyes, I wrote here that the viewers' eyes matters a lot. So wherever they are going is very important. So you highlight it and then show it, like immediately they see it, they know, right? So almost every time highlight it. And in visualizations, using colors, right? So sometimes you can use a shade of blue, and when it gets to the deeper parts, you make that part deep. So immediately the people see it, they are drawn to why is this one deep and the rest are light, and they get to find out that, oh, that is the highest, so that's the key as well. Then we look at use consistent colors, right? So when I was talking, I was like a shade of blue, so it could be shades of blue. There are different types of blues, right? So you can use them. So everything in your dashboard looks blue, but they are not just blue, but they are different colors of blue, different shades of blue, so it's easier, right? Do not go and use blue, black, red, yellow all in one. No. Some people are colorblind. You are going to confuse human beings with your colors. So just stick with one consistent color. So most of the time, use a shade, right? So if you take blue, anything blue goes. If you take black, anything black goes. If you take red, anything red goes, right? Sometimes you can have two colors, but they shouldn't be over. You shouldn't do too much with them. The next final key is one message per one chart. So if you have a chart, a line chart, and it's talking about sales per region, it should be a sales per month or per day. It should be sales per day. You should just focus on that message is delivering. Do not overdo your chart. Otherwise, people are going to get confused. Remember, good chart clarifies instantly. When they see it, they shouldn't kind of be asking you so much questions. Okay. All right. So let's finalize with the next one. Sorry for cutting you, but I'm here to introduce you to the Data Foundation program, a program created for you so you can upgrade your skills as you have started learning from this platform. This program has the weekend classes, weekday classes, and in-person classes that happens at least once every month. You get to have us live to ask your questions, we answer your questions, and help you build the right project for your portfolio, help you build your portfolio from scratch on GitHub, and also help you build your personal brand on LinkedIn. Yes, so you can get the right opportunities and the right jobs as well. You build your personal brand and build as we go. So it's a full mentorship class. We get to teach you all the Excel tools, build your project, and also build your personal brand. For more information, use the link in the description to get to know more about the Data Foundation program, and also find a way to join our free classes if you are in Accra, so you can also meet us in person and we get to bond better. All right, so let's get back to the video. Let's talk about two other concepts under the principles of good data visuals. The very first one is the visual noise, right? So before I was even talking, I spoke about the key principles. I made mention that remove clutters, right? So things that anything on the chart that does not help reviewer understand faster is actually making noise. So when I was talking about the grid lines, right, if you have a chart that is showing the final result as 10K, the lines there are not doing anything, they are just noise, so take it off as well. Other things like the maybe 1 2 3 on a vertical line or the horizontal line, so far as they are not going to, like, you have already labeled your chart and they see the final total values, all those labels could go away. They are just noise. So always try to make your chart very, very clean. Whereby when someone sees it, they just go with the flow. They don't need to come and be asking questions that why is this so? Why is that so? Another thing too is the principle of pre-attentive attributes, right? So pre-attentive attributes, all that this is talking about is that our eyes jumps to things before we even try to understand what it is, right? So when you use colors, right, to maybe deepen some parts, as I said earlier, immediately someone sees it, their eyes are drawn to the deeper color, so they get to be like, okay, what is this, right? Before, it's like your eyes have seen it and then you now ask yourself, okay, what is this? So it's easier to draw people's attention using colors. You can also position the key things that you want to highlight very well so that immediately they see it, that's what they are seeing, right? Maybe something like your cart. All right, and then also the size of your chart as well. Maybe you want to really emphasize on some of them you can make one big and then the rest are small. Like the bigger one is what you're talking about here, right? And then sometimes your shapes as well. So the shapes could be, okay, we want to make this one a bit of vertical, triangle, circle, and all those things. You can also use your shapes as well. So most of the time with easy starting points is what's the colors and then the size. But when you advance and you want to do so much specialization, you can start to play around with your positioning and shapes as well. So I'm going to read some examples to you and then we call it a wrap. Right, so a data analyst removes the background color, reduces the grid lines to light gray, and strips data labels from every bar except the highest and the lowest. The result is that the audience reads the chart in 3 seconds instantly instead of 30. The result is that the audience read the chart in 3 seconds instead of 30 because they just know that, oh, we are talking about low, high and low. They are not now coming to look for, oh, where's the high and where's the low? Immediately they have the high and the low. All right, so another example is that a business analyst presenting to the board uses 2 colors across 12 slide deck. Navy for all current year data and gray for all prior year data. Every chart is instantly readable because the color language is consistent. So when you see a navy color, you know that we are talking about the current year. When you see a gray color, you know that we are talking about the previous year. So that's basically you using colors to communicate. The final example is that a marketing team replaces a cluttered pie chart with 5 slides and percentage labels with a clean horizontal bar chart showing channel performance ranked from best to worst. Decision makers can identify the top performing channels in under 5 seconds. So this is to say that I have mentioned it here before that when you are doing pie charts, do not overcrowd your pie chart. Your pie chart should be about 2, 3. It's fine. If it's getting to 4, 5, use a bar chart. All right. So that's what we have for today. Thanks for learning with us. See you on day 69. Bye for now.